So this right here is the brand new VibeRide Brakeboard. So, whether you're a beginner at riding a skateboard, you're a speed devil or an intermediate or whatever, braking is always going to be very essential to longboarding and skateboarding in general. Because no matter what, you have to figure out how are you going to stop. Are you going to jump off, put your foot on the ground, do a power slide, or whatever it may be, you have to do something to stop eventually. Now, the thing about the current methods out there, some of them are kind of dangerous, and the one that I personally love doing, foot braking, which I recommend everybody learns, can kind of ruin your shoes. I've gone through a lot of pairs of shoes, like way too many to count, just because I get holes in the bottom. So what VibeRide here is presenting to us is a very interesting proposition, because they're basically saying you don't need foot brake anymore. You can use this little pedal right here. What they've done is they started selling these longboards with this custom built truck on the back of the board. Now, it's a very interesting design, and what I love about it is they keep it in a pretty compact state. So it's not super big, it's not gonna overwhelm you. But essentially what you do here is you push on this pedal, and these bottom brakes here, they're gonna squeeze in on the wheel just like that. Now, I will say, after testing it for a little bit, it doesn't come without its sacrifices. And the big one being, now that you have this pedal here on your tail, you don't really have access to using the tail. Some people may not care, but some people may like using their tails a lot. So whether that would be to push on your board a little bit, to pivot it around, or to pop the board up entirely to do tricks, get it back in your hands, a lot of that is pretty limited now with this brake here in the back. But getting that out of the way, this is a really cool idea, and it works very well. So pushing on this brake here slows it down. It's not an instant jolting stop. It's a nice, gradual, smooth, rolling stop. And if you have ever ridden an electric longboard, it is literally the exact same feeling as riding an electric longboard and using the brakes on that. Same feeling. Okay, so taking a minute away from the actual brake, let's just talk about the board in general, because buying this, you get the whole board. So you get this nice VibeRide board here. I personally love the graphic. It's a little flexy, so you're gonna get some of that dampening of vibrations on the ground. The trucks actually aren't terrible, they're pretty good. I think mine need to be loosened a little bit because they're a little tight right now. And surprisingly, the stock bearings actually spin a decent amount. The wheels are fine. The one thing that I will say is when riding it, you hear a bit of a rattle coming from this back brake system, but that's only when you're going on really big bumps, so it's not too big of a deal. The only thing I really have a problem with about this board's build quality is the grip tape. Now, some of you longtime fans may know this, but one thing that I especially hate about certain longboard decks is spray-on grip tape. Guys, we gotta stop doing this. This board unfortunately falls victim to it, and you probably can't tell, but I have little bits of glass all over my fingers because this stuff just does not stick. So the one gripe I have about this is that I would much prefer to have full-on grip tape on here, or what I always really like is having grip tape on the ends here and then just a little bit open in the middle if you want to do any dancing tricks or whatnot. Just a personal preference, but please get rid of the spray-on grip tape, please. All right, so using the brake on this board is super simple. You literally get on the board, ride it around, press on the pedal, and you're stopped. Okay, so the brake here, it works really well, and I really like it. Beginners are gonna love this. People doing downhill speeding, or people that are riding in a city that need to stop frequently, it's a great thing. But how does it do for tricks? Nah, this ain't it for tricks. Yeah, so the problem that I'm having with this board trying to do tricks with it is the tails are just too flat. If this deck maybe, if the tails here were curved up a little bit, I might be able to get a pop, but with these kind of things, I'm not getting anything. And it can be kind of dangerous because when you land on it, switch, and then this becomes up here. If you flip your body and then hit this by accident, you're gonna be stopped in place, go flying. I did it a couple times, not the funnest experience. Okay, so what are my concluding thoughts on the VibeRide Brakeboard after this first impressions? Number one, I think that the brake on it is super high quality, very well constructed, and works as advertised. It is a super fluid brake, it stops on a dime, it doesn't throw you off the board, and it works very well. It doesn't get in the way when you're riding unless you want it to. I think that this board would be perfect for somebody that is commuting in a city, somebody that's starting out and is just scared of going really fast, somebody that lives in an area with a lot of hills, or many other uses that I'm sure if you're more experienced you will be able to figure out for yourself. I think that it's made super well. I think it serves its purpose and I really like it. There are a couple things that I don't like, namely the spray on grip tape and the fact that because the brake is right here, you can't really use the tail. I kind of hope that in future iterations, maybe they make a board where the tail sticks out just a little more and curves a little bit up so that if you really need to pop it up, you're able to do that. I could totally see myself riding this board, slamming on the brake to stop it, getting off, and then just pushing at the end here so it pops up and I can grab it. It would be super simple and really nice. I think it would be an awesome addition to the board. But besides that, there's not really a whole lot to complain about. Obviously, if you're somebody doing freestyle or dancing, I probably wouldn't recommend this. But if you're somebody looking for cruising, a beginner that's scared of speed, or somebody that likes bombing hills but doesn't like the speed wobbles, anything like that, this board right here is going to be great for you. So those are my first impressions. Let me know what you guys think of the board, and if you have any questions about it, definitely leave them in the comments and I will get back to you and answer them. Thanks for watching. Peace.